Hello and welcome to U.S. Campaigns and Elections. I'm Dr. Michael Bitzer. I'm a professor of politics and history at Catawba College, and I'm the incoming director of the Center for North Carolina Politics and Public Service. And I want to welcome you as a member of Political Science 3115 U.S. Campaigns and Elections for the fall 2024 semester. This is an experiment. We're rolling this out as one of the soft launch events for the Center for North Carolina Politics. And what we are envisioning this center to be is really a twofold mission. One is to help educate North Carolinians about their politics. We don't have a dedicated institution at higher education for the study of this state's politics. And North Carolina's politics, needless to say, has become very fascinating to not only the nation, but oftentimes to the rest of the world. And what we hope to be able to do is to provide an overview through the center's programs, through its events, and understand better the nature of North Carolina politics. The second mission is really focused on elevating the importance of public service. We here at Catawba, particularly among the politics majors, our students, find that what motivates them to major in this field is indeed a sense of calling, a sense of vocation for serving the public. And we're hoping that by emphasizing and really focusing on the notion of public service, we can increase that value amongst the public here in North Carolina. So this course is kind of an experiment to see how things go. We will formally launch the center in 2025, but we've got a number of events, this one and activities to host throughout this fall semester that you'll be getting more information about during the class time period. As to the class, we begin on Wednesday, August 21st, and we will be meeting every Monday and Wednesday afternoon from 2 o'clock to 3:15 here on the campus. It will end on Wednesday, December 4th. We will probably still be doing student presentations during our final exam period. If you would like to tune in for that, can certainly make that available as well. The course itself is really going to focus on a couple of key aspects. In terms of thinking about U.S. campaigns and elections, the course is really going to focus on a variety of topics, the rules, the strategies, and the context of our modern day sense of campaigns and elections. We have a ton of research in political science about how campaigns operate, how voters make their decisions on who they're going to be voting for, what the dynamics of things like political parties, interest groups, the media, all play in terms of campaigns and ultimately the election itself. Now, the course will be focused on both the national dynamics as well as here in North Carolina, but we'll probably be talking about some of the other key battleground states, states like Georgia, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nevada. All of those will be, probably brought into the course because those will be the major focus of both campaigns at the presidential level and numerous other congressional and state level races as well. What I like to do with this course is tell the students early on, you're going to be watching history unfold, literally day by day. This is indeed, I love all of my classes, but this is indeed probably the one class that is so practical in nature in terms of what we discuss in class and what is going on in real time with the campaign and with the elections. So we're going to be watching history unfold. We're thrilled that you're going to be joining us for this adventure as well. A little bit about the books that we'll be working our way through. I've provided links in the email to the Amazon site for all of these textbooks. You can get them all, or you can just follow along the course. No required readings for folks who will be joining us. The 13 students will have to be reading all of these books, but we'll be talking about that structure in the first day of class. This first book by John Sides and his colleagues is kind of a core textbook in the field of campaigns and elections. You'll note that it's in its 4th edition. It's been updated since 2022, and it really provides a solid foundation of information and knowledge for the students to understand the different components, the different strategies, the different rules when it comes to campaigns and elections. Another core text in campaigns and elections is this book, Political Behavior of the American Electorate. You'll note that it's in its 15th edition. It is considered to be one of the core classics that has been updated continuously with each election and the results. And this book primarily focuses on the voters, voter behavior in terms of how they react to campaigns and how they cast their ballots for elections. So this will be another core text that we'll be working our way through the entire semester. Two books that are kind of special focus books that I'm asking the students to read. The first one is The Bitter End, the 2020 presidential campaign and the challenge to American democracy. This is one of 3 books in a series that John Sides and several colleagues have written that kind of take an entire election and really digest it into what are the fundamentals that came out of this particular election. And we'll be doing a lot of discussion about the major themes out of 2020's election and how they may influence or what might be new in the 2024 campaign. And then the final book we'll be reading is The Fundamental Voter, American Electoral Democracy, 1952 to 2020. And this book kind of captures the historical perspective of how voters primarily behave during campaigns and elections, but makes a clear argument that there was a distinct break during this time period of the 1950s up to the 2020s. And we'll talk more in class about their findings and what voters are actually focused on when it comes to how they make decisions on casting their ballots. Now, for all of the books, I've attached to the email that I sent to everyone the course reading list, the schedule. And you'll note the date, the general topic that we'll be discussing for that particular class, and then each of the 4 books in 4 columns with the chapters listed throughout. This is going to primarily guide our discussions, but honestly, we will probably be talking about aspects and issues and events that happen in real time during the classes. So we'll use these readings as kind of grounding knowledge for the students for the class discussions, but we'll likely be pulling in a whole lot of material from outside that has been happening in the dynamics of the campaign leading up to November 5th. The class delivery will be focused on 3 primary methods. First and foremost, in person. We have 13 Catawba students enrolled in the class, along with several folks who will be joining us as guests of the college. We'll also have a Zoom link available for you. I will be sending out a Zoom invite that will basically repeat on Mondays and Wednesdays, 2 to 3:15. It'll be one standard link. You can use that constantly to just click in if you have the time to be able to join us via Zoom. The third option is I will be sending out an email with a link to a Zoom cloud recording of the class. I discovered that YouTube had some quirks about posting things and trying to make them private, and the viewer would have to have a Gmail account. I just decided I'm going to experiment with the Zoom cloud recording and see if that works as an easy way for you, if you want to watch the classes and listen to what we're discussing, be able to do it that way and have the flexibility of doing it on your own time. If you do have any questions about the class or have any issues about the recordings, please don't hesitate to send me an email, politics@catawba.edu. Again, I want to thank you for expressing your interest in joining us. I also want to thank those folks who have contributed to the Center for North Carolina Politics and Public Service. I'm very appreciative of that, and I hope that you are able to learn something about campaigns and elections just like the Catawba students. I think we're going to be watching history unfold here over the next several months, and we're excited to have you join us for this adventure. Again, thanks very much for joining us, and please let me know if you have any questions.